We had the same last name.
My name is Sherman Lee. Okay, my name is Sherman Lee.
You told me. I'm so sorry.
How y'all doing? Y'all doing all right? Huh? What I do is kind of let y'all know about my life a little bit and what I've been through and how I overcame that, okay? All right, I grew up in Memphis, so I'm a Memphian. I grew up in South Memphis, over by Trigg, Florida. So growing up, my mother and my father was addicted to crack cocaine. My grandmother, she birthed 15 kids. My bed was a coffee table. The rats used to get my food before I even got it. I grew up like that. Went to Southside High School. I was wearing the same clothes over and over again. I was one of the kids that wanted to be seen, but didn't really want to be seen. I was the one going from class to class, making jokes with other classmates because I didn't want kids to really see. So I was the one that made jokes and all that kind of stuff, right? So now I'm going through elementary, I'm going through junior high, and now I'm in high school. So the 9th grade, I got tired of it. I told the principal, I got the pink eye. I knew when I left, I wasn't going back to school anymore. That's it. I'm done with school. I can't deal with all this pressure, this peer pressure, right? I'm done with it. I got into the streets. You know, I started selling drugs. And then doing that, I met a best friend. You know, I guess we felt each other's pain or something like that, or he understand where I'm coming from. Now, every time they see him, they see me. You know, they see him, they see me, they see me, they see him. And one time we was in a car and we went into this apartment complex and this lady had a broken down gun. And he put the gun together. And after he put the gun together, I ran through the house, ran downstairs and all that kind of stuff. Like we playing. As a matter of fact, we high marijuana too at the same time. So we playing around. So I get into I'm gonna make an example. So I ran into the bathroom and I shut the door, right? I shut the door. Then probably about 30 seconds, I open the door, right? I peeked through like this. And he pulled the trigger. So the bullet went in my mouth, went through my tongue, and the bullet's right here, right now. He fly me down to the ambulance, into the fire department. And I'm like, I don't want it. You know, now I'm talking to him, we like, man, I made a mistake. And I'm spitting out all this blood, right? And I spit out a piece of my tongue, right? He's like, it's a mistake, it's a mistake. So now I had some drugs in me, so I gave it to my dad. Because I didn't want to get, tied to the bed. And when I get out of the hospital, now I go do some jail. So now I'm in the hospital bed. And like 7 days, I'm like, God, it ain't my fault I'm in this situation. You feel what I'm saying? I didn't have the magic pen to say where I want to be born, what I want to have. I was a stock baby, meaning that parents who rich. I'm not from that. You feel what I'm saying? But God, I want to be the best that I possibly can be. I understand I'm going through all this. You know what I mean? I understand this, right? But how can I be better? How can I be the best I possibly be? How can I? And God told me, he said, I can save from the gunshot. That's proof that I can save from anything else. So I'm like, okay, cool. So now I get out of the hospital. I'm out of the hospital, and I'm trying to figure out what to do. And you know how somebody goes to the army? You ever heard anybody go to the army and they in these battles and all these shell shots and shooting and all that? How they, you know what I mean? They go to sleep, they wake up and they be nervous. I don't know what you call it, but I went through that. I mean, because I almost died. So I went through all that, and I'm trying to figure out, man, what I'm gonna do. Paranoid, right? I'm like, man, I can figure this thing out. And what I did, I got me a job. So I got now when I was back selling drugs, and it ain't good to say, but I even sold my mom and dad drugs one time. You know how hurtful that was? You know, my dad died last year. My mom, she's drug-free, right? Got her own house and everything. She's doing well. But when I dropped out and, you know, I got shot, and I'm still stuck because I'm a high school dropout, right? So I don't have that education that most people got when in college. Now, I did, here's another thing, sidebar. After I got shot, I was still in the hood, but I was trying to figure a way out. So I had a friend of mine say, hey man, you wanna go to college? I'm like, college? I don't have a GED. Right, but I was that determined. You know what he said? You know how buddy said, right? You know what he said? He said, man, I got a female friend. They work in the financial aid department. They can get you in. True story. So, you know what I did? I said, I got nothing to lose, right? So let's go. So I go. And I go through the registration. They let me in. So now I'm in college, right? You know how, I know y'all heard this before. You know how you may have a family member or a friend that got a job and say they don't have a background, right? And after they work so many days, they call me and say, hey, you gotta go because your background is messed up. So I was there for a couple semesters. And the dean called me to the office. I was like, oh, this. They called me. So I go, and the dean sat me down right in front of him. He said, Mr. Brown, I don't see any ACT scores. I don't see a GED or a high school diploma. How did you get in here, right? And before he just killed my spirit, right? Before I said anything, he said, you can stay in because you're boldness, right? And that was straight from God. You feel what I'm saying? From high school to college, I was in the same situation, but how do I figure this thing out, right? How do I be that here? How can I be that self-employed person? How could I be that entrepreneur, right? And I remember God told me, he said, if I can save from a gunshot, that's proof that I can save from anything else. So now I get this job, and this job is at Homes and Mill Branch. It changed the name. It used to be Fleming Food, but I think it's now Cisco or something. So I was at the warehouse, and I was like, okay, this job here. Now I'm 18. Now the people that worked there was getting, like me, I was 18, I was making $18 an hour. But the ones who worked 20 years, they were getting $13 an hour. Something wrong with it, ain't it? I'm like, something wrong with this right here. How am I getting $18 an hour and the ones been there like 20 years getting $12, $13 an hour? They should be getting like $30 an hour of your time set, right? So I say it's a trick. So I quit. I quit that job with $100 in my pocket. Y'all ever been in a situation you try to do better? So now I'm in real estate, right? And all my grandma, 15 kids, right? We had family reunions in apartments. We didn't have family reunions in a big house. It was an apartment in the backyard. You feel what I'm saying? The whole little section. So I got into real estate. I put a lot of them in houses. So now I'm doing it to help. Then realize I was making a lot of money too. Now I have a roofing company, construction company, and we're doing well in that. You know, but the moral of the story is, like, if y'all don't have anybody positive around you all, do the opposite. Right now, don't even count. When you get about 35, about 32, now it's time to show up and see what you have. These are the precious moments right now. These are the times that you all need to be really going the extra mile. Like, whatever y'all want to be right now, how can you make yourself better? How can you make yourself different, right? How can you go up and beyond? See, here's the key. Fill your resume up. That makes any sense? Now, what you've been through personally in your life, use that as motivation to get you to the next step. But what can you all do to make your path better? Think about that. You know, have your goals, write your goals down, measure your goals. If you want to be this, what are you doing to be that? And if you're doing those things to be that, what are you doing different than the next person? You understand what I'm saying? I'm telling you, it'll make your life a lot better. So I wrote this book, right? This book about the bullet in me. It talks about all these things that I've been through. And it took like 13 years to write this book. You all can do it. It's okay that you're from not how you want to be born or from. You feel what I'm saying? It's our time to get to the next level. Get something positive, TV. You follow me? Can I get something positive that can inspire me? Versus you give me all this music, down me. Go home, it's not a good spot where I want to be. And then you give me the TV that's negative too. You feel what I'm saying? So you got all these corners hitting you all. It's like how y'all fight that, how y'all battle that. After I got shot and I seen all my friends' negativity, I kind of did the opposite though. When they started going outside, I came in. When they came in, I went out. I started getting books and started reading and just transform my whole mindset. Whole mindset I changed. And it wasn't easy because when I did those certain things, they thought I was crazy. My friends, man, they turned on me. You feel what I'm saying? But them the ones now say, Sherman, can I borrow something? Can I hold something? You feel what I'm saying? So do the opposite. It's gonna seem kind of odd now, but when it's time to show up, you'll be straight. You'll be glad you did. And I don't regret nothing that I've done. Like right now, I don't believe that I can, about to die of high blood pressure, right? And I tell God to kind of help me. You know what I think God would tell me? I put people in front of your life already who died from that. Whatever you want to do, it's not emotional. It's the calculated moves you make to get you to where you're trying to get to. Everybody want to be great. But who's doing those steps to get great?